We're having a problem. Look at this. Eggs.
Way too many eggs.
Too many.
Many eggs. There was way too many eggs.
Look at all these eggs. Too many eggs. We have so many eggs and we just keep getting more, it seems like. And if I come out here and open up this nesting box, still a lot. Getting close to another dozen right there in the nesting box. Spring is definitely on its way. You can see these chickens, they're ready to get outside their coop, they're ready to eat. But I'm gonna mix it up a little bit for them today. I'm not gonna put feed in their container this morning. I will give them fresh water. Instead of feeding them their feed this morning, I'm gonna give them a special treat later today. So I'm gonna fill their compost bin with some table scraps. And then allow them just kind of to forage in free range the rest of the morning. Time to let them out, and then hopefully they start attacking that compost bin. Looks like they're absolutely loving the compost bin right now. They're able to peck and scratch and get kind of foods that we hid in there and buried in there. So this should keep them nice and occupied this morning. Plus, like I said, they have this whole room to free range, so they can forage a little bit. Not too worried about their bellies being super empty. I mean, they're not gonna be as full as what they're used to this early, since we usually give them a lot of feed, but I just kind of wanted to try this out and see what happens. We'll be back in a bit to check on them. Getting ready to go back outside to see the chickens. I think their treat is done. Eggs. We have so many eggs, you might as well grab as much as you can that's extra, cook them up, and feed them right back to your chickens. Great protein, great nutrients, great calcium, everything that your chickens are gonna need, you can give it right back to them. It's like they're making their own feed. Now we're gonna add some rosemary, some red pepper flakes, and some nutritional yeast. And then just mix it up one more time. All right, now wait till you see what these chickens do. I can't believe we're still having chicken breakouts. Sonny. Milo. You guys look like you're waiting for food. Everybody hungry? I'm sure you guys are. Don't be mean to each other when you get it. Doing this has a lot of benefits. Like I said, it's actually really good nutrients for your chickens, number one. Number two, if you're like us and you're starting to build up on a lot of excess of eggs, it's a great way to use your excess eggs. It's a way to feed your chickens. I didn't have to give them any of their feed today, and they're gonna do just fine off all this eggs that I made for them. I did about 1 egg per chicken, so we have, unfortunately, 14 chickens. Rest in peace to Olive. We just lost our first chicken not too long ago, or it would have been 15 eggs. And this is gonna keep them actually more full than their feed probably would. Eggs are just such a high protein food for them. They sound like happy chickens. So a lot of you guys might be wondering, can you own too many chickens? I know a lot of people would answer that question and say, no, get as many chickens as you want. I mean, you can't just go and have 50 chickens and then not know what you're gonna do with it. I caved in. I still gave them a little bit of their chicken feed. But you need to think about how many chickens that you can actually care for and how many that you can handle for your family. So you can see the first thing, which I showed earlier, is that the amount of eggs they might lay for you. And if you don't have a big plan on selling eggs and making up some kind of profit from them or anything like that, which we did make a video about if you want to kind of go see about selling eggs for a profit. If your goal is just to have some chickens, lay eggs so that you can use them for your family, then you need to make sure you get the right amount of chickens. And for most people, I would say about a chicken per person in their family. But here we have chickens and we have pigs somewhere back there. they would be able to benefit from any extra eggs that we have. We can just feed it right back to both of them. So it's almost like having extra members of our family. Or like having employees as part of your family that work and help make you compost. But other than just the eggs, there is things to consider though with the more and more chickens that you end up getting. And I will warn you that once you start getting chickens, everyone's heard about this who owns chickens. So let me welcome you to today's math lesson, and the subject will be chicken math. So let's say that you go to the store and you decide that you want to get 5 chickens for your family, and that's the number that you want. So you got your 5 chickens, and then you go to that same store again about a few months later and realize that there's this breed of chicken that looks really cute, and you want to add 5 more chickens so that you have 10. And then a few months later go by, and all of a sudden you look in your backyard, and for some reason you have 30 chickens in your backyard, and you're wondering why 5 plus 5 equals 30. Well, that's the addiction of owning chickens, so be careful before you start getting chickens. But if you are going to start owning more chickens, you're going to need bigger housing for them. So that's a thing to consider. That's going to be a little bit more cost if you're buying one, or if you're making one, it's going to cost more material. So the more chickens, the bigger coop you're going to need for them to sleep in. The next thing is that the more chickens you own, the more poop you're going to deal with. More animals, more poop. More poop you deal with, the longer it can take to clean out a coop. After this winter, we are going to have a big cleaning to do with this coop. We've been using the deep litter method, which for you guys who don't know, that's taking your brand new bedding that you got and just throwing it on top of all the dirty stuff that's already inside your coop, masking it that way. Now time to spread it around. And now you got yourself a clean coop on top, but still very dirty underneath, but don't gotta worry about it just yet. On top of the cost of the coop, it is cost to maintenance these chickens. Just like I had to buy those bed shavings, there's feed that you gotta incorporate in there. So it is a real big consideration of how many chickens to take care of and how much you can afford to take care of. But there definitely is a number for every family for having too many chickens for your family. I don't know if we're there yet. We're doing pretty good. We did just order some hatching eggs for a special breed of chicken, which I'm not gonna let you guys know yet. And we're hoping to add about 5 or 6 to our flock, try to get our number to about 20. And I think that's a number where we feel safe. It's a number where I like our size of our coop. I don't think, we could probably fit about 25 in here and fit them pretty comfortably. But don't say that too loud around my wife or we might end up getting 25. But I think 20 is a good number for how many we want right now. How's it going? You guys taking a little break, a little water break? You guys let them go on a water break while you do all the work. Yeah, get back to work. Rosie, back to work, Rosie. Don't let any of the chickens know. I stole some of their work here. What do you guys want? Bailey, Milo? No eggs for you guys. You can also feed the eggs to our dogs. They would definitely eat them. But I brought the eggs for these guys. How we doing, guys? I know. How big is it? Oh, jeez. The pigs will absolutely never complain about having some eggs in their food. Extra protein, fill their bellies up, and give their feed some better taste by adding a little bit of farm fresh eggs, courtesy of their neighbors, the chickens. The pigs thank you guys. This is just to show everyone here that chickens are definitely not herbivores. Watch as they eat all the worms that are gonna be underneath this little kid's swimming pool right here for them. Alrighty, chickens?
Oh, yum, jum. There's a one for me.
I don't know if I caught the one on camera quick enough. There was a huge one that one of them ate. But as you can see, they're still looking for bugs right here. So if you have anything like a big piece of plywood or something that you can put down in the chicken run so that all those bugs and worms are underneath it, lift that thing up and your chicken's gonna have a little bit of extra feed. What would be too many chickens for us? What number?
100.
100 would definitely be too many chickens for us. You just gotta be careful. I would always say with any kind of animal to take it easy, especially if you don't feel like you're gonna be that comfortable. We went with 10 and that was probably pushing the limits of how many you should get at first. If I was to go back, I would suggest to a lot of people maybe 5 or 6. 10 was fine for us, and I'm thinking most people would probably do fine. But depending on your size of your family, how often you guys eat eggs, how often you use eggs, I would maybe stay to go with 5 or 6 at first, and then add another 5 or 6 after that once you feel like you've got it down and you're comfortable with them. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you. All right, we're gonna add to the family, add to the flock this year. So be careful before you get too many chickens. You don't want to peck at more than you can eat. Was that funny, guys? I don't think it was that funny. But you guys have a great day and a better tomorrow. And if you haven't gotten chickens already, go out and buy your chickens.